Go ahead, sell me this pen. Today, I'm going to teach you how to sell anything to anyone. But not really, it's a pencil. What I'm going to show you today is how to sell things to clients and how to become a more effective salesperson, how to be more comfortable in a new sales role, or how to get a little bit more out of your clients. What I'm going to hopefully be able to do is pass on my experiences. I've been in sales for the last 15 years. My entire career has been in sales. I've had portfolios and customers as small as $100,000 up to portfolios worth $200 million, and some combined portfolios up to about $400 million. So I've experienced a wide array of client bases. I've been involved in transportation, railroad, product testing, analytic services, and now business development in Canada here. And what I'm hoping to be able to do is to pass along some information, pass along some learned knowledge that might be able to help some people out as they get into this role, because I remember when I first started and it was terrifying. So the first thing I want to do is introduce you guys to 9 core items. I'm going to put those up on the screen next to me, and then we're going to talk about each one of them individually. Let's get started. So first thing I want to talk about is clarity. You need to know who your clients are. You need to know who your clients are, and you need to know what your company does. You need to know who your company is, who they represent, who they cater to, and make sure you're going after the right people. Don't go after the people that aren't going to be successful sales for you. Make sure that they're verified. It's fantastic when you get to land a giant sale, make your entire year on one sale. It's more likely that you're going to land a whole bunch of small clients and grow with those clients throughout the year. So it's very important to have clarity. Second thing is confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, in your product, in your company, in your ability to deliver on a product or a service that you're offering, you're not going to make a sale. It's as simple as that. Clients buy confidence. Clients can sense confidence, they can feel it, and they're more comfortable making a sale based on that, and they do buy confidence without a doubt. Third thing is determination. Determination is something that comes across to clients. It's not every time you pick up the phone you go, hey, you want to buy today? Because that's not determination, that's just pestering. Determination is building the relationships with clients, building that long-term value chain with the client, and getting to know them on a personal level, and being determined to work with them in some way, shape, or form. It could take a long time, but determination ultimately leads to success. The next one is growth mindset, and this is maybe one of the most important ones. We have to learn from our failures. There are really 2 types of people. There's people with a growth mindset and people with a closed mindset. Closed mindset people will hit a brick wall and just stop. Right? They won't learn from the failures. They won't learn from why was this unsuccessful? Why didn't I make this sale, or why didn't I close with this client? Instead of seeing failure as a brick wall, you need to see failure as a learning opportunity. What can I do differently with my next client, with this client in the future? How do I grow and learn from this to be successful in the future? And how do I turn a failure into a success? So growth mindset is very important, and it's good to have from a sales perspective, especially a new sales perspective. Learn from your failures. You're going to fail a lot, right? Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Next is knowledge. So you need to be knowledgeable of your product, your offering, everything to do with your company, with their company, stuff like that. The more you know, the more you can show that you know what they need, what their company represents, what your company represents. All the rest of that stuff will get you in the door. Not having knowledge and not knowing the information before you're really put to the test is going to be detrimental. One thing on knowledge though is don't be afraid to ask, right? Don't be afraid to know what you don't know. And a good example of that from my past was when I was starting in the transportation and rail industry. I was sent on my first week in a new role to the biggest conference of the year, where you meet every one of your customers. They ask a ton of questions, and they want to basically set up their year with us. So what I did differently though is that I didn't know anything at that point, and I went in fully honest that I didn't know anything, and everyone knew that. And I asked a ton of questions. I learned about them. I learned about their business. I learned about what made things tick for them, and that's very important to know, right? So knowledge is critical, but don't be scared to ask questions, right? Trying to acquire knowledge is just as important as understanding everything, and customers respond very well to a straight up question saying, listen, I don't know what the answer to this is, I'll go find out. Or tell me more about you and what represents success for your company. Next one is leverage. I mean, this is straight up who you know rather than what you know. So use your networks, use your tools, use your resources to leverage opportunities. If I hit a brick wall with one customer, I'll use that customer to leverage into their counterpart. So let's say a great example is a transportation manager with a company. If that transportation manager isn't interested in working with me, or it's just not a right fit right now, I'll ask them to introduce me to their counterparts at another company. And it's amazing because these companies, they know each other, right? These transportation managers know each other around the industry. So use your network, build these relationships to use your network and leverage these connections. Perseverance is essential. I mean, this is the same as resilience and determination. Basically, persevere, right? You're gonna get no's, you're gonna get told not now, you're gonna get told no over and over and over again. Don't let it stop you. Continue to build the relationships, right? So don't let a no stop you from ever contacting that customer again. Continue to reach out. Some of my longest standing clients at this point were originally no's. And then I reached out every month or every 2 months just to say, hey, how's it going? What's new? Let's catch up, right? I'm not selling them every single time, but I'm persevering to make sure that when the time comes that they need a service that I offer, I'm there. I'm on their mind. They know how to call me. They know where I'm at because I talk to them every month, and I turn into basic friends and build relationships with these people by persevering through everything. Plan, right? So you have to make a plan to understand where you're being successful and where you're failing, right? So you should have the ability to plan out your days, your weeks, your months, your quarters, all the way up to an annualized plan. What this will help you do is this will help you actually be successful by staying on track, right? So how often should you talk to client X? How often should you talk to client Y? I have my clients scheduled out on quarterly, every 2 months, every month, bi-weekly type of information, depending on the size of the client, how interested I know they are, how much they need my service, or whether or not they're just a client I need to stay in touch with a couple times a year just to make sure that I'm a presence. And last thing is responsibility, right? So you need to be responsible and take accountability for everything that you do. If you tell a client that you're going to be able to achieve X, you need to be able to achieve X, or else you lose credibility with the client, you lose credibility with all the client's contacts, and everything like that. It goes back into almost a growth mindset as well. You need to be able to make sure you learn from your failures and learn from your wins as well, and be responsible to yourself to understand what those losses and those wins actually represent. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was able to help someone somewhere as a new salesperson, and I'll be posting more videos every couple days on different things on professional development, interview tips, stuff like that. Thanks, guys.